All right, this is Sean B. Bradley again. Now let's ask the question. Identify yourself.
Hi, I'm Karen, Internet Coordinator here at Allen Bones. My question is, with our new no haggle pricing, what are the best rebuttals for that?
Well, let's do this. I'm gonna pretend to be the coordinator, and then you're gonna be the prospect.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna jump in and just get to my process, and then I want you to throw a thing at me. Okay?
Okay.
So
Why don't you
go
get a
out.
little bit closer?
Yeah, I'm a coordinator. All right. So let's just do this right here. So here we go.
Okay.
All right. So it's from step 6. Just so you know, what are we looking to accomplish right on?
I've got to get the best price.
Glad you said that because, you know, if I wasn't able to get you the absolute best deal, I would never expect you to buy a vehicle from me, okay?
Well, that's fine, because I wouldn't.
Okay. Well, now, I love it. All right, there's 3 things I want you guys always to remember for the dealer synergy process when it comes to price. We have a 3-step pricing rule, okay? There's a 3-step pricing rule. First time you're gonna create the price situation. How I'm instigating it. I'm being proactive. I didn't wait for her to say, "What's the price?" I asked this qualifying question. What are you looking to accomplish by going online? She said price. I'm gonna turn around and hit her with the rebuttal. She turned around and kind of left the air out there. I did not follow through. I said, so besides price, what else is important to you? If she pushes back and says, okay, then if it's so easy, then what's my price? You hit them with a range. Very important. That vehicle is going to range between $19.95 and $22.95. With that being said, besides price, what else is important to you deciding when you purchase a vehicle? This is a very, very powerful tactic because what I'm doing, it's called an assumptive transition. It's an assumptive transition. Listen to what I'm saying. So when I go and I'm, Karen, so what are you looking to accomplish by going online?
I want to get the best price. I've shopped too many Hyundai dealerships. I want the best price or I'm not buying from you.
I can tell you right now, those are music to my ears because I want to make you happy, and I'm going to tell you this right now, if I wasn't able to get you the absolute best deal, I would never expect to buy a vehicle.
So what's the price?
Okay, fair enough. That vehicle ranges between $19.95 and $22.95. So with that being said, besides price, stop. Do you see how I did that? What you're doing is you're not trying to like, ooh, look at this way and run that way. You're not trying to confuse them, but what you're trying to do is you're going to hit them with the range, and then you need to do what's called an assumptive transition. You need to feel, and it's the way you articulate yourself in the conversation, that by saying that powerful statement, that range, that you've met that expectation. Because she said to you, well, what is it? Well, the range is between $19.95 and $22.95. With that being said, besides price, what else is important to you? Now, she's got the option to either let me go or you didn't answer my question. I didn't ask you what the range was. I want the bottom line price. So follow me. Nothing is a magic bullet. Nothing is a silver bullet or platinum bullet or gold bullet or any other vampire killers. There's none of that stuff. It just gets you a little closer, a little closer, a little closer to the promised land. Does that make sense? So when you qualify the prospect, you hit them with the rebuttal. Sometimes, right or wrong, people let you go from that, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, when you say, how about this, if I wasn't able to get you the absolute best deal, I never expect you to buy a vehicle from me. They're like, okay, that makes sense. I'm not dumb. I'm not going to pay a lot for this. If you don't give me the best price, I'm not coming in. Good enough. What else you got? So sometimes that's enough, but sometimes people are going to like, okay, then what's my price? And then you just basically, you turn around and do the assumptive transition. Make sense? Now, if somebody says, what is my bottom line price? You know what you do? You flip it back and regain control. You say, just like say that. Well, what's my bottom line price?
What's my bottom dollar price?
Gary, fair enough. When you say price, just so I know, what type of price are you asking for? A lease price, cash price, or finance price?
I'm going to be a cash price.
Stop for a second. Because think about it. Because up until this point, this is a very structured conversation. Did they tell you exactly what type of price? Chances are probably not. So this is a perfect way for you to not backtrack, but regain control of the conversation. Because if they're aggressive saying, what's my price, what's my price, what's my price, and they're all in your face like this, guess what? You're not in control. They are, right or wrong?
Right.
Sales is about control. And how can you reassess control, retake control? By asking questions. Yes, it's a Socratic selling method. By asking questions, you'll be able to regain control. Everything all right? Yeah. Okay, good. So follow me on this. It's a very logical question. Cash price, boom. And even if she says cash price, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to engage a 4-square sheet. A 4-square sheet is basically, can I take the back of this? Okay.
We have them.
Where you
We
got
have
it?
yours.
Can you get one? Okay. You got one?
Right here.
This is perfect. This is a dealer synergy 4-square sheet. So this is what the process is. After you turn around and you hit them with a rebuttal and they push back, you hit them with the range and then transition. If they push back again, stop the confrontation. Regain control and say, okay, what kind of price? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to just write cash price there. You're going to write the vehicle. You ask a question, okay, just so I know, what kind of car are you going to be trading in? Sometimes they're going to be like, oh, don't worry about it. Why are you asking about that? Well, you know what? Because depending, and it's okay. Look, look, it's okay, but I'm going to give you the ninja thing to say back to them. You know what? Well, no, I need to ask that because depending on what you're driving, you might be entitled to customer loyalty. You might be entitled to an owner rebate. If they have another lease, follow me. If they have a lease, they might be able to get out of their lease early because they have a current lease. Now, there's also certain manufacturers that offer conquest money. This is true. You know about this, right? Conquest money is, let's say somebody is in a Ford product or a GM product, and let's say if Chrysler really wants their business, they might turn around and get them out of the competing brand, might give special money because they're in a big competitor's brand. So asking the trade question is a real valid question. Now, don't get me wrong, be prepared for, like you said, people might push back and like, well, why are you asking? Don't worry about my trade, give me my price. Well, listen, if you want the bottom line price, let's throw it back to them. I'm right here. You want the bottom line price, correct? Well, for me to give you the absolute best bottom line quote, I need to know all the variables because there's a ton of different manufacturer incentives. There's a ton of different conquest incentives that I might be able to, qualify you for. I need to know that. Is that fair enough? Okay. The next thing you want to try to do is ask, okay, the banks usually require that you put about 1/3 down. Is that what you were looking to put down? Oh, I don't want to put that down. I want to put down, $200 or whatever it is. If you don't ask, you don't get. What you want to be able to do is qualify your prospect and try to get as much information as possible because your job is not to sell the vehicle. Your job is not even to really overcome all these objections. All you're supposed to do is get them on the phone, try to go through your 10-step process and sell an appointment. If you can't find out why not, do a 4-square sheet and go, no man, that's the director's job.
Tyler, does everyone here know how to fill one of those out?
We can get it done though. I don't think we just need to make copies of these and have it on everybody's desk, but.
Okay, listen to me. We're going to go through this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to spend time going through this because this is going to make your job.
Good.